Sniper Elite Resistance, Verkor Vendetta. Ah yes, Sniper Elite is back, and this time it's personal. Welcome to Verkor Vendetta, where stealth is king, and headshots are an art form. You play as a resistance fighter in Nazi-occupied France, taking down baddies one bullet at a time. Think of it as chess, but instead of moving pieces, you're removing pieces. Of skulls, the X-ray kill cam is still here, more brutal than ever, showing you just how much damage one well-placed bullet can do. And yes, before you ask, you can still shoot the you-know-what off your enemies. Because why not?
No rest for the wicked, eh?
War Robots Frontiers, Ravana Spotlight. All right, mech heads, get in here. War Robots Frontiers just got an upgrade, and the Ravana mech is the star of the show. This beast of metal and destruction can teleport short distances like it's Nightcrawler with an ammo belt. Imagine dodging rockets like, "Nope, not today," and then unloading a barrage of firepower. If you ever wanted to feel like an anime protagonist in a robot suit, this is your moment. And don't even get me started on the customization, because, oh boy, this thing is a fashion show of destruction.
Enemies before you run out of bullets. So if you're a team player who likes to defend, Ravana might be the robot for you. I'll see you on the Wild 10.
No Man's Sky. Relics update. No Man's Sky refuses to stop getting better. Like seriously. At this point, Hello Games should just rename it Yes Man's Sky, because they keep saying yes to updates. The Relics update brings ancient artifacts, hidden lore, and mysterious temples scattered across the galaxy. So, if you're into space archaeology, like Indiana Jones but with a spaceship, this is for you. Just remember, if an ancient alien statue tells you not to press a button, you press it anyway, because that's the gamer way.
Will follow.
Planet Zoo, Oceania and Eurasia, DLC. Who needs stress when you have cute animals? Planet Zoo is back with the Oceania and Eurasia DLC, bringing in some of the world's rarest and most majestic creatures. Kangaroos? Check. Tasmanian devils? Check. Siberian tigers? Oh, you bet. And if you ever wanted to see a capybara just chillin' in a pool like a little Zen master, now's your chance. But remember, with great animals comes great responsibility, so don't let your zookeepers slack off, or you'll have a full-scale Jurassic Park situation on your hands. Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. Look, not every game needs to be about blasting aliens or assassinating historical figures. Sometimes you just want to live your best Hobbit life. Tales of the Shire lets you farm, fish, and vibe in Middle-earth. And let me tell you, I have never been this excited to bake virtual bread. It's like Stardew Valley meets Lord of the Rings, and if you don't think that's a winning combo, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't expect to fight Sauron. You'll be too busy tending to your perfectly curated Hobbit garden.
These are our tales of the Shire. Hobbits really are amazing creatures.
Gran Turismo 7, March and Sophie update. Gran Turismo 7 is still making car nerds' dreams come true, and the March and Sophie update is bringing the heat. Sophie, the AI racing assistant, is now smarter, faster, and honestly, might be better at driving than me. This update adds new tracks, better handling, and some of the most realistic car physics you'll ever experience. So if you've ever wanted to feel what it's like to drift around a corner like you're in a Fast and Furious movie, minus the Vin Diesel speeches, this is your time. Tour de France 2025. We have Tour de France 2025. Now, I know what you're thinking. A cycling game. Really? But hear me out. This game is intense. You manage stamina, strategy, and team dynamics like a pro. One wrong move, and boom, you're out of the race. It's like the Dark Souls of sports games, and I love it. Plus, if you ever wanted to scream pedal faster at your screen like a tour coach, now's your chance. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. First up, we've got Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, which is basically what happens when someone reads Arthurian legends, watches a few too many horror movies, and says, you know what, let's make everything worse. This game is an open-world RPG with survival elements, dark fantasy vibes, and enough moral dilemmas to make even the most chaotic player question their choices. The world of Avalon isn't exactly a postcard paradise. Instead of knights in shining armor, we've got corrupted monstrosities. Instead of peaceful villages, we've got settlements that look like they were designed by people who hate joy. And instead of Excalibur, we've got, well, probably some cursed weapon that whispers in your ear at night. The game lets you explore, make tough choices, and battle terrifying creatures while trying not to succumb to the creeping darkness. It's like Skyrim, but if Skyrim really wanted to make sure you never slept again. The first Berserker, Kazan, chosen by the Blade. Alright, so let's talk about the first Berserker, Kazan, chosen by the Blade. A game that took one look at Dark Souls and said, what if we made it even more metal? If you like hack and slash combat, larger-than-life bosses, and a protagonist who looks like he eats steel for breakfast, then you're going to love this one. Kazan is the kind of guy who doesn't just wield a sword, he becomes one with it. This game has some seriously slick action, brutal fights, and a dark fantasy world that feels like it was pulled straight from the cover of a heavy metal album. The combat is flashy, the enemies are nightmarish, and the difficulty will probably make you rage quit at least once, or twice, or 5 times. But that's just part of the fun, right?
And that is all that matters. Do what must be done.
Warhammer 40,000 Nightmares and Visions. Now, let's step into the grim darkness of the far future with Warhammer 40,000 Nightmares and Visions. And if you know anything about Warhammer, you know that grim darkness isn't just a theme, it's a lifestyle. This game takes us deeper into the horrors of the 41st millennium, where nightmares are real, visions aren't exactly helpful, and everything is either trying to kill you or actively on fire. This is a first-person horror experience set in the Warhammer universe, and it's going to test your sanity as much as your survival skills. Think Amnesia, but with more heresy. If you ever wanted to experience what it's like to be an unfortunate soul trapped in the middle of an intergalactic war where death is the best-case scenario, congratulations, this is the game for you. Deathground. Do you remember that one scene in every Jurassic Park movie where someone thinks they can sneak past a velociraptor only to realize, whoops, they were completely wrong? Well, Deathground is an entire game built around that moment. This is a co-op survival horror game where you and your friends are trapped in a dino-infested nightmare, trying to escape without becoming a prehistoric snack. The dinosaurs are smarter than you, faster than you, and, let's be real, probably better at teamwork than you and your friends. If you've ever wanted a game that makes you yell, "Run!" at your monitor while desperately trying to outmaneuver a T-Rex, this is it. Abyssus. Welcome to Abyssus, where you get to experience the horror of deep-sea diving, except, with even more things trying to kill you than usual. This game throws you into an underwater world filled with ancient ruins, terrifying sea creatures, and the ever-present fear that something is lurking just beyond your field of vision. It's part survival, part horror, and part, I never want to go near the ocean again. If you enjoy claustrophobic, atmospheric games that make you feel small and vulnerable while exploring the unknown, then Abyssus is going to be a delightfully terrifying experience for you. Crosswind next, we've got Crosswind, which, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I still don't fully understand, but I'm already invested. It looks like a mix of open-world exploration, airships, and a bit of steampunk flair. Think Skies of Arcadia meets Sea of Thieves, but with even more opportunities to crash into things spectacularly. If you've ever wanted to explore the skies, trade, battle, and probably get into ridiculous amounts of trouble, this one is shaping up to be a wild ride. Sunderfolk is the game you didn't know you needed. Imagine a world steeped in dark folklore, eerie creatures, and spine-tingling exploration. It's got that Souls-like challenge, but with a unique twist. Your weapons are tied to the myths of the world itself, and the soundtrack? Absolute chills. You know a game is serious when just the menu music makes you feel like you're about to embark on a life-changing journey.
Face unfathomable threats, find camaraderie, and employ impeccable strategy. But your adventure's just getting started. And like any good adventure, this one is best shared.
Lost Fragment, and finally, we have Lost Fragment, a game that looks like someone took all the best parts of a mystery, wrapped it in a beautiful, melancholic atmosphere, and then sprinkled in a little existential dread for good measure. This game is all about uncovering secrets, solving puzzles, and experiencing a hauntingly beautiful world that probably holds more questions than answers. If you enjoy games that make you think, feel, and maybe even shed a single tear while staring at a particularly well-placed sunset, this one's for you, and there you have it, folks. 6 upcoming games that will thrill, terrify, and probably emotionally scar us in equal measure. Which one are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more over-the-top gaming breakdowns. Thanks for watching. And remember, no matter how scary these games get, at least they can't hurt you in real life, probably. See you next time.